Hello, yes, my name is Michael. I work for one of the local book publishers, so I have nothing to share with you except pave the way here for the great poets and writers of everyone here today. So, a few housekeeping, kind of general, you know what I'm about to say kind of stuff. If you have something that rings or beeps and you think it can be silenced, please do. Of course, this is a great public space, so we don't want to stifle your conversations, but if you do want to continue talking or you do want to carry on, maybe there's always a few little corners here where that kind of makes the rest of the performance a little bit easy. Not everybody has a crazy theatrical voice like this that can just shout at you, so I'm trying to make sure that all of you can hear me. I'm also going to start off with a little bit of a story. The light helps if it's... Okay, there you go. I can't see anybody. I love this stage. This is my first time here. My story is Valentine's Day themed. It's not very interesting, but I promise it will set the stage of mediocrity so that everybody after me can just excel. Thank you. So, grade 12, I'm probably about this short. No beard, but like one of those mustaches that puberty just slams at you all of a sudden, and trying to make that work, and then I didn't. All things are good. But my defining feature of 17-year-old Michael Despotovich was long hair. So I had shoulder-length hair that was parted down the middle. Yeah, like Fabio, right? Like that. But more realistically, it's like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, right? Where it just shoots down. And there was many occasions where we had to wear suits, and then everyone's like, "Oh, John Travolta." So that's how I looked in grade 12. You can look at my grad photo. It's pretty proud of my long hair. I don't even know why. It was just kind of an identity thing. That was just kind of what made me among all the other pedestrians in my high school. And prom time comes, right? A little graduation ceremony and a dinner dance, and I happened to be graduating as valedictorian. Not because I got great grades or anything, just because I was that friendly guy that knew everyone, so I got to kind of be valedictorian by vote, which was nice. But that did not make me any more attractive to finding a date for the night. However, there was a new girl to the school who I had a crush on, and I decided to take the opportunity to ask her to be my prom date. And she got excited, and I got excited, and this was going to get really good, because, we were good together. And she goes, "Yes, of course I'll be your prom date." A little bit of a pause. Okay. "Yes, of course I'll be your prom date." A little bit of a pause. Maybe it was a huge pause, I don't know, I was La La Land. And then she goes, "If you cut your hair." Ooh. Conflict, right? This is narrative. Okay, so being just the confused teenager I was, I just kind of nodded and went, and I don't even know, maybe it was in a scenario where she just left after that, everything was a blur, I went home, I didn't cry, but I did something. I'm a Scorpio, so it just holds inside me. That just happened. So, I think it was a Friday, because I came back Monday with the firm decision that this was not the girl I wanted to go to prom with anymore. The day I learned love. So I told her, and I didn't do it very well. I just kind of went up to her, and she was like, "Hey, excited?" And I was like, "Yeah, this isn't going to work out." That was it. And then she walks away, and it was very irresponsible of me, but I was also very heartbroken. So, of course, she starts telling everyone that the valedictorian dumped her. I went from being just a random... Anyway, so that was my life. But then I was sitting in the cafeteria having people stare, women just kind of stare daggers at me. And then eventually, one of the guys, another new kid to the school, goes, "Okay, what happened?" And then, of course, they tell the story. And he goes, "Wait a second. Did you offer him an ultimatum?" And I think this is the first time some of these people have heard this word ultimatum, and I already had. I was very happy. And then he goes off on them and goes, "Of course he's not going to cut his hair." And then she goes, "Oh, I meant it as a joke." And then that was it. But by then, another guy had swooped in and decided to take her to prom, so that was that story. And then I went with a friend, and it was the best prom date ever. So that's my, yes, Valentine's Day story for me. Time to do my job. All right, first up. So we're going to have 4 readers. We're going to have a little bit of a break, and then another 3, I believe. So our first one is Lara. Lara Varesi is the president of Burnaby Writers Society and part of the management team for Poetry West. She coordinates and hosts the reading series Spoken Ink and has hosted multiple reading events as well. Lara has read for many events, including Match Poetics, Poetic Justice, and Poetry in the Park. She is currently working on a poetry manuscript for publication. Please put your hands together for Lara.
Well, it is hard to see everyone. That's kind of nice. How's that? Can everyone hear me okay? Woo. This is actually a good night for me because I'm actually like the most non-romantic, non-committal person you'll ever like meet. So for after Valentine's is kind of my kind of celebrating. So I have 2 that I'm going to read tonight. The first one isn't really about, well, it's about relationships, but it's not about romantic relationships, but it's a situation that I think is much more common in romantic relationships, and it's just about sort of meeting people that pretend to be one thing and then they turn out to be something completely different. And for the poem, I always forget to explain this, and then I think, oh, this isn't making sense as I'm reading it. But when the story that I'm talking about happened years ago, I was in a place where I had chronic pain, and so back then I was walking with a cane, and I had lost a partner, so I was in a pretty vulnerable place, and so just knowing where I was at that point makes the poem make a little bit more sense. So it's called Dancing with a Sociopath. They smell you, I think, almost like prey. No, exactly like prey. They look for you, your type, seek you out. Kindness is like candy to them. Jelly beans of all colors of naivete waiting to be consumed voraciously, filling empty pits of twisted knees. A Wonka factory where sitting ducks replace the Oompa Loompas, their song silenced. Target practice is now the dance. Where softness of character is like a T-bone steak, sizzling on a distant barbecue, its scent breaking through erected barriers to fill the neighborhood, hit the nose of strangers. Its tantalizing scent revealing every cell, unable to be misjudged for anything other than what it is. I have no protection from this assault. The stick clasped tightly in my hand will not guard me. No, it weakens me instead. A visual cue of my vulnerability garishly displayed. It says I am less than you, no worthy opponent, but ready and right to be picked at and defeated. Tested, I proved to be even flimsier. So easy to manipulate and bend. My own needs do not matter. I silently scream out with my body. I will bow, and quickly I will not resist. And even when I do, it will be quietly, hesitantly, always thinking of you first, your feelings, your reasons, trying to find reasons to rationalize that which can't be reasoned away. I feel as a prisoner might against those that guard, that mock and torment, yet hold the key, holding power as a sword that slices through humanity, reducing it to rubble to be cleaned away from those from whom it springs. I am this rebel. I watched it crumble gradually, achingly, and did nothing. I saw that first crack, and I looked away, even as it grew to make a fragile pattern of deep gorges filled with seething anger that burst their seams, spreading outward to shatter. Those cracks I saw, but patched with cowardice, twisted into excuses of trying to understand. I did not see that once you are fully in the dance, you are pinned. I did not see that the escape was opening wider and wider, begging me to fly through the doorway and be free. I did not see, or yet I pretended not to see. My blindness to what I knew changed everything. Late at night, I hear the words, "You knew better, you knew," circling around my mind. That is the worst part of the steps, the knowing. The knowing it didn't have to be that way. I didn't have to be this way. I knew. I heard the alarm, saw the sirens, yet still thought I could keep going in the same direction with just a slight detour, that I was strong enough. I wasn't strong enough. Yet now the dance has ended, and each move stole more and more until I am just a shadow of years before, left only with self-recrimination and the destruction wrought, traumatized and afraid to trust, afraid of my own judgment, and worst of all, afraid of the memories, for they will not fade, and I am no stronger yet. I feel all sweaty.
You look great.
Sorry, I just have to find. Sorry, I had it already and then I just lost it. Sorry. There we go. So this one, my last one is one I did for Mash Poetics. And so the idea there is that you have a song, we played an album, so this one was Death Cab for Cutie. And there's a song, and then you do a poem to the song. So you have to do it the same amount of time as this song. You can use whatever you want. So the one I had was Tiny Vessels, and it's a song about a man who, tells a woman that she's beautiful and he loves her and everything, and but then really doesn't want to have anything to do with her. And so I used a lot of the lines, and I think we all have bits and pieces of those kind of situations that we are all familiar with. So this one is from Tiny Vessels. I'm beautiful, but I don't mean a thing to you. I knew this amid the confusion. Your words morphing into the intensity of our flesh meeting our only means of communication, a means to tell me that I'm beautiful, but I don't mean a thing to you. I am pretty and smart and funny, you say, but I don't mean a thing to you. My touch is perfect, knowing every inch, every desire. You touched my skin, set it on fire, but it was vile and cheap, pheromones released in a moment. Lying still in the morning to watch you run, the voice that yells at me, I'm not good enough for you. I'm never good enough for you. I find it myself for years now, held on so tight I choke on the memories, to never forget how to read between the lines, remember to pay attention to the aloofness I was supposed to have seen. The truth was unspoken, you say, straightforward, though it was never straightforward to me. Honesty through actions, you told me, but those are always open to interpretation, and we can't talk about it now. My sight skewed by years of rejection, slow changes blanketed by old wounds. To know that it comes from a place that I don't understand, hidden deep enough to keep me separate as I erect my barriers higher and higher. But what choice do I have? You shouldn't have told me the truth if you wanted me to believe the lies. The cruel irony, to keep the pain fresh so not to feel it again. The silence, so to not hear those words, feel the humiliation, and run right into the very thing I was trying to avoid. From those silent signs not read, not interpreted as they were meant, as this time they were different. I didn't see as evolve, only the past and what was the same. Self-sabotage disguised as self-protection. I couldn't read the new signs you sent, which words to take in and which to throw away. Our perceptions so different, each seen in the same way for different reasons. All the times I moved away, not knowing I was breaking, but was slowly being built. I held us back, you say, and it might be too late to talk about it now, because I'm beautiful, and I did mean a thing to you.